Speaker. Members, during the 2011 session, Representatives Petronas and Atkins brought forward legislation to ban the dangerous synthetic drugs commonly referred to as bath salts and spice. The effects of these drugs are terrible and include psychotic episodes, hallucinations, I'm not having one now, combativeness, seizures, kidney failure, and even death. And there's little doubt that these drugs are marketed towards children. That bill passed and was signed into law soon afterward, after the 2011 session. Not long after that session, I was meeting with the commanding officer at NAS Pensacola, and he told me about the problem they were having with these drugs and the young sailors and Marines and soldiers that were going right off base and getting hooked on those drugs. And I sort of puffed out my chest and proudly told him that we had just banned these substances. And he immediately burst my bubble and informed me that, yes, I know that the legislature just banned these substances, but that the creators of these drugs immediately circumvented the law, changed the chemical formulas of the drugs, and they were right back on the streets and now legal and being sold once again. So I began to research the issue further. I heard from school administrators, principals, doctors, nurses, counselors, and they told me that they were still inundated with problems caused by these drugs. And so last year, working with the Attorney General and under her leadership, the legislature acted. We banned those additional substances and sort of curbed the problem for another year. But predictably, the drug dealers once again changed the formulas and put the state in the position of having to chase a moving target. And while there's hope of the federal analog statute one day being the sort of catch-all or the magic bullet that will solve this problem, right now there's a test case moving through the courts, and once that maybe moves through, prosecutors, law enforcement may feel comfortable using that federal analog statute, and we won't have to deal with this annually. But right now the strategy is this. The Attorney General will issue an emergency order to catch all of the newly identified compounds, and that emergency order will last until a little after the end of session. So it's up to us to take that list that she's created and has issued the emergency order to ban, and we'll need to codify that list. It's up to us to do that. I hope you'll understand that list is temporary. Her emergency order is temporary. It's up to us to pass this bill. It's working. Law enforcement makes arrests using the ban and also using the laws that we've passed in past sessions. So I ask for your support. I thank you, Attorney General, for your leadership and being out there in front of this issue. Representative Gates, workshopped this issue, brought attention to it in the House, and Representative Baxley, thank you for hearing this bill in your committee. Members, I ask you to support the bill, and I thank you for your attention today.